Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the end of the year. Woo! Welcome back to View Down here with ADian and Ickle Jamie. How you doing, Jamie, mate?
All right, little hungover.
Little hungover
Yeah.
in the last couple of hoo-has before 2021.
Yeah.
Says goodbye.
The good riddance, yeah.
Good riddance.
I don't know, 2021's been alright, actually, so.
So let's start it off basically. What has been your personal highlight of 2021?
That payday a while ago was pretty good.
Are you alright?
I got like $2,000, it was nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, so I guess when I spent some of that money at Reading Festival, that was nice.
Ooh.
But obviously Reading Festival would have sucked without that payday, so I guess I owe it all to the payday and sacrificing the rest of my summer to work.
That's not too bad though.
No.
I don't mind because I worked the whole of the summer.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that because now I've got money to spare, which has kind of helped me through this semester of uni.
Yeah, I had money to spare and then I spent all of it, so yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
in which case I'll go on to my highlights. I've got two.
Yeah.
So
That's a good idea.
I'd say number probably second. They're kind of joined, but second was when I started gigging again. I'm not gonna lie, because that was genuinely. Because I didn't realise how much I'd missed it, because at that point it had been over a year since I'd done a proper gig.
Yeah.
Even that gig I did was seated.
Mm.
But it's for those of you who haven't seen it, it is the first gig vlog on my channel. And it is genuinely... I remember doing sound check and being like, fucking hell, I've missed it.
Yeah.
And I've been fully I've actually missed it.
Yeah,
I never thought I would. But it was just really damn good. And then I think probably takes the cake a little bit, not massively, is the gig
Dead Wax show, I was thinking that, yeah.
In terms of musical highlights, that's probably there.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
Just because, and the whole evening in itself was just so nice.
It was a really good night, yeah.
It wasn't just that everyone, they were like, oh, we all went out clubbing and all this kind of stuff. Now, everyone stayed at Dead Wax, which is something I just much prefer anyways. Yeah. So, because everyone stayed at Dead Wax, it was just kind of really nice.
Nice, easy night.
And that was the... actually, no, we promised we'd never say... Because wasn't that the origin of the...
No! Yeah. And you will never know.
People will never know.
You will never know.
Why that existed.
No,
but I think in terms of the year, I think we're coming up on a year of the channel now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, about January, end of January. So we're about 11 months in.
Yeah.
But I think there are definitely some highlights on there as well. I think for me, the park sessions. The park sessions were a massive highlight for me. I absolutely loved them. They were brilliant. It was just so nice to be not only doing being able to go out a bit more, even though it wasn't I've put them in the lockdown sessions, and for those of you who are a bit it was because lockdown was still going on, but the restrictions had been eased, so you were allowed to leave the house. I wasn't breaking any rules, don't worry, but it was just doing it as well, because I thought it was going to be really impossible to do. And then I recorded it the night before, did the cover, because it didn't take me long to do, because there's not much instrument wise to it. And then I spoke to Reese, and Reese was a friend of ours, young Satane, who I hope we'll have on the podcast at some point soon. He was he was he was still there, and he gave me a hand with it, and he obviously mixed it as well. Big up Satane. But it just, I didn't realise how good it was, especially the Ghosts one, until I started editing it.
Right.
Because it was unbelievable. It was just kind of like, I kind of did it, and it wasn't in the original place I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like we ended up finding a more beautiful place, and then how easy it got done, and then how I was able to edit it, and just everything to it, and then the fact that I think, in terms of the channel, that's up there. But the other one for me is the Toby Lou song I did, which is the first one I did 2. Notice Me, which was one of my questions from before, and it was just, I don't know, that was really fun just because I love that song. and having the ability to cover it in my own personal way, be really, really enjoyable was just perfect for me.
Yes. Yeah.
But
nice.
those are my.
That's cool. That's way better than mine.
Getting paid.
getting paid. I've just realised how mundane my year has actually been. No,
I feel like you've had some interesting things. You've been to a couple of gigs.
Yeah.
You've been out.
Yeah.
Like, surely you got to have some funny.
I
met
people. Yeah. Which is funny because actually it was like obviously a much more eventful. Well, not eventful, but I did more this year than I did last year, especially in terms of meeting people.
Yeah, I think I've met
it's
so
crazy.
many
It's
people
crazy
this
to
year.
think that it's like, oh wow, I've met people this year. That's so great. It's just like, I just didn't do it last year.
To be fair, you met a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
And like, you got opportunities and things.
Yes,
as well.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah.
And a kick-ass podcast.
Hell yeah. Kicking ass. Kicking ass. What else? Oh yeah. Speaking of coming up on a year for your channel, at the start of the new year, we're going to relaunch The View from Down Here on its very own channel.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Exciting news. Yeah. So it's going to be on its own channel now. We still will have kind of occasional episodes posted on here and clips and things.
Mm-hmm.
But the main bulk of this now is all going to go on its own channel.
Yeah.
As well as that, we will unfortunately be taking a break. Yes.
Fucking cry about it.
We will be taking a break.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it will only be for a month. We'll be back hopefully basically at the end of January.
Yeah.
We'll be back bigger, better, better quality, weekly uploads.
Yeah.
It's already been that, but that's what it will be. Yes.
Bang. Oh, shit, it peaked so hard then.
And we're hopeful. I think 2022 is looking
2022
is looking very good. What are your specific highlights for 2022 at the minute, Jamie?
I'm gonna be turning 20.
Oh
yeah, big 2-0.
Nah, 2-0 is a good year, man. 20 is a good year.
It better be, because 18 was shit.
Yeah, but you 18 was...
Turned 18 during the first lockdown. So when it was like a dystopian lockdown where like you couldn't go out at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. 2021 feels like a weird year, doesn't it? Just because 2020 was just a complete write-off.
Yeah.
And then most of this year's also been a write-off.
It was a bit of a write-off. Yeah, well, yeah, it was a write-off.
I don't know, like, things were still open and you could still do stuff.
Yeah.
It was just that,
Yeah, just... It was always the feel like that it's still just going to come back, though. For me, it was like
I don't know, I feel like if people start being so negative with everything, I feel that it's going to cause it to, you know what I mean? Not saying that that's a legitimate.
You're going to manifest a new variant.
Well, enjoy it while we've got it. Either way.
Yeah.
I think like if we can and we still can, we should be grateful and thankful that we can.
That's true.
That we've been able to vaccinate everyone in the UK.
Yeah.
That Omicron whatever the weird name for this
isn't as lethal
as it is what the South Africa variant was at the start of the year, as well as like
that was bad.
I think that, and definitely for me, with how much I've been able to bloody cram in the end of the year, but even then I feel like coming out of lockdown, and I feel like being able to gig and a lot of highlights and things and where things have gone, I think is the world's looking up, especially for myself. I mean, you got to look at Australia, you got to look at the east side of the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at China's got rid of it completely, pretty much. Japan, pretty much. Well, they got rid of it like a year ago nearly.
Oh.
They've been pretty much fully open for a while.
Did they like properly lock shit down, didn't they?
Yeah, well, I think it's like in those cultures especially, I think they tend to, because they do.
They all wear masks as well, don't they?
Yeah, like masks is a kind of a bit of a standard.
Just pandemic or not as well. Yeah.
They wear it as a courtesy of not getting other people ill.
Yeah.
If they're ill. Also, there's the fact that like because of the eastern side of the world isn't as safe as it is here.
Yeah.
Like, not obviously not in terms of like not in terms of culture. I'm just saying like literally physically that side of the world is quite dangerous. You've got animals and things like that that you don't really have here. And probably the most dangerous animal we have here is a mink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, compared to what you can get in Singapore is it's nothing. The monkeys and stuff. But I think because of that, they have had to possibly do that like on a personal level before. So if you caught something. Yeah. So I think they're much more used to doing it than we are.
I imagine they did it because of SARS at the start of the 10th century, wasn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
So, because they've been wearing it for a while, and it's because of their population, I guess. You know, they've got like the whole country's just like New York or something like that. That's just a completely bogus and false claim. That's not true at all. I can't back that up with any evidence whatsoever.
Japan is.
I've never been to China in my entire life. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Neither have I. Well, have you ever seen? Have you ever seen the comparison of Tokyo and the UK?
No.
It is insane. It honestly is.
In the membrane.
There.
Oh my god.
That's Tokyo.
Why?
Yeah. It's honestly, it's mad.
That's insane.
So you got to think of in terms of like the amount of people and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of this.
Yeah, you got to be really. Yeah.
Well, it's alright. Let's look up the population of Tokyo, because I feel like it's like nearly 2021. 13 million.
Wow.
So that's just the capital.
Yeah.
And then
oh my god,
the population of Japan. I mean, China's one of the most populated. Well, I mean, China's got 1 billion people for starters. Um, 125 million. It says, as of Monday, December 13th, 2021, based on Worldometer.
The Worldometer.
I think if there's anything ever on my bucket list, it is to go to Tokyo. I'm not gonna lie.
It'd be cool. It would be cool. I think everyone loves Tokyo when they go. So.
Well, because I used to know someone that I used to work with in Nando's, and he said he went to Tokyo and stayed in a capsule hotel just by himself for 4 weeks. And he said even that, like, every night you could find these streets and just get freshly cooked street food.
Damn.
Like every night, and I don't know if I could do Tokyo by myself.
No.
But even then, it's kind of like it's such a different place.
Yeah.
You know that especially in Japan altogether, the whole place.
Yeah.
It's just so like, I'd probably do it in winter.
Mm-hmm.
So do like Tokyo and for like a month, and then go skiing in Japan, like on Mount Fuji or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel
have
that...
a day off in Kyoto.
Oh,
Got bored at the temple.
yeah, mate. Just I feel like everything, like, it is. I mean, you've obviously got to have your wits about you any place you go, but I feel like it's just such a different place compared to our like side of, you know, the world.
Yeah.
Because I've never really been many places where I've been like, it's always been different, but I've never been many places where I thought, oh Christ, this is really different. For some reason, when I went like out in Turkey, we went to this market. I was like, hey, this is kind of different. Like, this is a different place. And
sorry.
the other one was like California.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just like, you got mountains, sea, desert, and then Vegas,
and then
even though Vegas isn't in California, it's like right next to it.
In Nevada, isn't it?
Yeah, but you could drive to it quite easily. Well, I mean, it took us a while, not gonna lie. It was like an 8-hour drive, but...
Did you say 8-hour drive?
Well, we split it into 2 4-hour drives.
Okay. Yeah.
So we might have been a 4-hour drive that we split into 2 2-hour drives. But we split it.
Oh, right.
Just because, and we ended up staying in the strangest fucking motel ever.
Really?
So it's genuinely in the middle of a desert. So just in the middle of...
Was it one of those sort of motels like you see in the films and stuff?
Yeah, well, this town, I'm not going to lie, genuinely consisted of a Mackey's, a Subway, and this motel, pretty much. There were like other places, but I think that was like a little bit further down one road. But the there was this this like dude like hanging like in a car hanging about like outside the hotel or the motel. Then there was also this it was like in a like basically, you know, in the films or like TV shows where they film like all of the airplanes that are like done, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are just like finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was there. So that was opposite. That was our view. But one thing I can't amend America for.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it was one thing I can't amend America for is the food's pretty good. Oh,
I don't know.
They do, not gonna lie, they do breakfast better than we do. They really do.
Yeah, oh yeah, fair
breakfast
enough.
in America is
100%.
like, the waffles, they're just always crispy because you put them in a waffle maker. Like they literally just have a communal waffle maker.
Fluffy, large pancakes. And the maple syrup's good.
Yeah, the maple syrup out there just hits a bit different.
Yeah. Because it's proper maple syrup. You don't have this sort of shit that we have in the UK where it's like golden syrup.
Well, Canadian maple syrup, which is
the top tier.
Bang.
Yeah.
There's
nothing like it.
It buses like that thing is going from bus 1 to bus 13 without any issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is
stopping at Flavour Town.
Yeah, mate. But like, I think even the stuff in the Rockies, because I've been to Colorado and that is one place I want to go back to.
Bloody say Colorado. How much rap?
I couldn't remember for a second there. And I was like, yeah, that's funny. But
I know it's funny. That's why I said
like,
it.
The eggs, like, even when they do the like over easy eggs, which is I usually go for sunny side up, but like you can some places like in some of the ski resort places, like both places I went for ski resorts, it's just like almost like a giant buffet in a way. You go up and order it, and then it gets cooked, and it's always just really nice. It's like American alpine food is what I call it. Like, But I have had the nicest pizza I've ever had.
Interesting.
In America.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on a school trip. Yes, I went to a school trip to Colorado.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it was this thing, right? You know how you see the pizzas with like the stretchy cheese and like all of these like Instagram things and all of that, and you're always like, that looks delicious. But then when you try one, it's the flavour's not there.
Yeah.
This one was both, man. It was unbelievable. Like the sauce, shit you not, was better than Domino's. It had like
Domino's fell off, by the way.
Fell off.
Yeah, Domino's
a little bit. Yeah,
shit
but
now,
I feel
mate.
like that's just because we're students and we can buy it easily. But
yeah, maybe actually. Yeah, that's true.
It's just easy to do.
Continue.
But there's it's like, I'm still thinking about this pizza, man.
Yeah.
But it was a thick crust, but it was like almost like a Napoli style where the crust is like almost like fluffy. It was like the bread, the crust, the base was fluffy. The sauce was just like the most incredible thing I've ever tasted.
Wow. And
then cheese, and then it had just like really nicely cooked like pepperoni on top.
Yes.
And then they had one with like ham and meatballs on it. And then even the bloody ham and pineapple one.
Yeah.
And it genuinely was. I hope that place... I don't remember that. I only specifically know sort of where it is.
Yeah.
But it like came out on this like metal X. It was like placed, and then the pizza was still like steaming. And it got placed down like on this, and then it was like already cut, and you got given this like trowel. You like pick it up and put a slice in the bread. We just had like loads of them, and it was just like.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember in New York we went to a pizza place and we ordered like three pizzas between the four of us.
Chicago's deep dish, isn't it? And it's cheese underneath and sauce on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen
the? It's under the sauce.
It's under the sauce.
It's under the sauce.
I'm Italian. This annoys me.
It's from Chicago.
It's from Chicago. The cheese is under the sauce. But anyways, you're saying you got.
Yeah. So we ordered 3 pizzas between the 4 of us. And we were thinking that is very doable. And they bring it out, and I shit you not, like, I swear to God, each pizza was like half the size of this table. It was just ridiculous how big it is. But yeah, no, it was good pizza. But there's a pizza place in Bristol that I'll have to show you if you ever come to Bristol, because it's probably the best pizza I've had in the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, mate.
It's just
it's
sourdough.
Have never been in the UK.
This one, it's a new place. It's not fancy. It's like
like greasy.
Greasy, but in the good way. It's not greasy where you touch like the bottom of it and you like got grease on you. It's greasy on the top. Yeah. It's like.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I don't
sourdough.
Like too much, I don't like too much cheese on my pizza. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just it's not super cheesy.
Is it not?
No, it's just perfect. It's literally just perfect.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, and all of the ingredients are like sourced locally.
Oh, really?
So it's like
cheddar on it.
No mozzarella.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like
you convincing me.
Yeah, it's just literally.
Maybe during the break, I'll have to.
Even the flour.
There,
yeah. Even the flour is from like a local farm.
That's the thing, because like this place I went in Colorado, it wasn't really like bougie or expensive, but like everyone was saying to me that the place I went, because we went to another place and ended up getting meatballs. We didn't get pizza, and everyone said that place was better.
Right.
I was like, I don't know. But to be fair, all the people that had been to the place we went to before were like, that was like the best pizza I've ever had. But it was the fact that it was like you were in the middle of a fucking mountain, basically.
Right.
You went up the mountain, you were like the base of it. And then it was just like, it was like, didn't feel processed at all. It was just like properly done stuff.
Yes,
and all they did was pizza. They didn't really
Yeah.
did a couple of sides and stuff, but the menu was really small.
Yeah.
So like when I walk into a place and I see a menu written on a chalkboard, I think that place is going to be nice. Hang on. Well, I it stopped the video.
That's right.
Okay, so there's a slight cut there. We had issues.
We're back.
We
back.
had issues. Anyways,
Oh, it's not like that's making any difference.
But,
for fuck's sake. Yeah, pizza.
Pizza, yeah. That place was just
Yeah.
like no other, you know, and it genuinely, it was the way it was, and I saw the pizzas at this other place we went to, and I thought, no, it's just not that. So,
It's not really the
I
same.
mean, my dad had the nicest pizza he's ever had in Aix, somewhere in the south of France, and he was never ever able to find it again because it came from a food cart.
Oh,
Like a
wow.
yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, from New York to New Year or the year. This week's question is a little bit different, Jamie.
Oh.
So I'm not posing a scenario today, as per se.
No.
I am actually gonna do 2 lists for you. So top 10 songs. Top 10? No, top 5. We'll do 5. We can do 3 if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do top 5 songs of the year and top 5 albums / mixtapes and EPs.
Mm-hmm. Do they have to have come out this year, or it's just
It has to be this year. It can't be last year. It can't
probably
be something
haven't-
you've discovered.
Probably haven't listened to 5 things from this year.
Well, you can surely
No.
you got songs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, songs. Yeah. Wow. Right. So a lot of Easy Life. To be fair, that whole album from this year was good. Life's a Beach.
I know that was
Sexy Beast.
a sex. Yeah, it was very very good.
It's a good album. It's good fun.
Yeah, well, that album to me is just like it. Unfortunately, spoilers, hasn't made my top 5. Just because, like, one, it was their debut. So nowadays, a lot of debuts just don't have the impact that they used to.
Yeah.
I don't think
because they did so much before that album
Mm.
that it's like hard to follow up from what they've already done. It's like the Junk Food mixtape.
Yeah.
It was a really good mixtape.
Yeah, it is. It is very good.
But it also came out in 2020, so I can't put that down. So,
well, I feel that with Easy Life, like a lot of the singles were on that, and a lot of Junk Food was on it as well.
there was no Junk Food on
Was there not?
on
I thought
Life's a Beach.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Well, Earth was on the album for some reason. Oh wait, let me have a look.
Huh? The only song that really shouldn't have been on the album was Nightmares.
Yeah,
they just wanted
Nightmares
to
was
put it
there,
on the
yeah.
debut. But yeah, it's a cool album. I like it, the way it starts off with a message to myself as well. I love that.
That worked really
Oopsie.
well. Like, I'm pretty sure. So Nightmares was on it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Homesickness was on something. Was like a single. or something.
Yeah, it was a single, and Daydreams is a single as well.
Yeah. Ocean View was from a while ago. I'm pretty sure. And Have a Great Day. I remember. Maybe I'm
don't know.
tripping.
I didn't listen to Easy Life much before that album came out. So
obviously,
I don't know.
it was a great album, but and the story behind it is the most unique story I've ever heard.
Why? What is it?
From an album, just the concept of a night out. You know what I mean? And how the last song, usually the last song for me, I want to be like epic and big and really good.
Oh,
something a bit different.
Such a cool way to
is-
finish an album.
I know.
I love it
it's
so much.
just- for those who haven't heard it, the last song, Music to Walk Home To, which was Jamie's pick.
A couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, for episode 5.
Yeah.
It's just
He just talks about getting home from a night out, basically.
Yeah, and every single bit of it, I think everyone has experienced.
Yeah. It's the tarmac and white lines.
Yeah,
Bit for me, it's just like focusing on walking home.
Getting in the lift.
Yeah.
Like everyone.
Prepare for
the
the full-length mirror that's going to startle you in all your drunken glory or something like that.
The kebab and all of that. It's just like really well done.
I wish I'd have got a photo with those two banana men.
Yeah.
That's good as well. Oh, it's a great song.
So
Last Night Got Far Too
for me,
Crazy.
it's probably like the number 6 spot, but it just doesn't take the cake for me.
What's your first one then?
Oh, I'll go in.
I don't really have an order that I can put
reverse
them
A, and I'll start with a surprise one, which I didn't even know was coming out. It just appeared, and it is Mick Jenkins, the Chicago rapper,
right?
Who has just released this album called The Elephant, and it's kind of, he released a mixtape last year called The Circus, which is it's quite politically based, sort of kind of on the whole George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
But it's such an interesting like album because it's also a love album.
Right.
So there's really good songs on it, like I the Cigarettes, I believe it's called. Is just like I
You hear one of my flatmates getting murdered. Can you hear it?
I can hear it a little bit. Yeah, someone must be someone in.
I think she called out for me.
But it's this. Hang on, let me. I'm not very.
I'm not gonna lie. I zoned out for about a minute. I spaced out really bad. After the politic, you said it was quite political, the George Floyd thing, that I zoned out.
Well,
not because I don't give a shit about George Floyd. That's not what that was. I wasn't like.
Yeah, you probably might want to clarify that.
Yeah.
No, there's it's I've got to find the track list, but Elephant in the Room, that's what it's called. But the whole thing is it's almost like a we're in this together type love album of like what's going on, but like DUI is just a hard song. This Cigarettes is brilliant. Rug Burn, Scottie Pippen. It's kind of it's a very translucent album in terms of him and like what he's about and who he is in a way that I think is just insane.
Yeah.
So it just topped. I preferred it to. I just preferred it to. I've lost my space now. I just preferred it to the Easy Life one.
Yeah.
Because it although the Easy Life one is incredible. Yeah. This one just
takes the cake
for me. It's not my top album of the year though. It's only number 5.
No, I don't know how to order it all. Well, so to be honest, like I think I know what my top album of the year is.
Really? What's your top album?
It's got to be Typhoons by Raw Blood, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah, man.
I don't think that even takes top 10 for me.
What the
this year? Because my style's changed so much. There's been other albums that have just I've just listened to and gone. What?
Yeah. To be fair, I mean no.
It was good though.
Yeah.
It was made like, mate. Actually, it probably does take top 10.
It's got to.
Listening to it was
like. I mean, just like. They did it again, you know. They made an album that no one's made before again.
Have they? I feel like that album is so Queens. Like it's so.
Oh, I'm not listening to much Queens in this day and age. Fair enough. I'll have to give that a listen.
That's what I feel like is, you know, just
It's very disco. It's disco rock. Is what I like.
It's disco-y, but I feel like the Queen's, but it is different to the Queen's stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like the tone from it.
I like that it was different to the Royal Blood stuff, though. Like,
of course. Yeah,
it was.
Every album, everyone's like, how are they able to get something different out of every album? But they've gotten.
I think the first two albums. I think the first two albums meshed together a bit, to be honest.
Nah, have you listened to them back to back?
No,
they're completely
not
different.
back to back. Okay.
So, essentially, the first one's just raw. It's just the two.
Yeah.
And then the third one is just the layers to it, the songwriting in it.
I can see that, actually.
Like, especially if you look at, let's say you look at the title track, right? How Do We Get So Dark? A lot of people argue is very similar to Out of the Black. But the only two things that are similar are Out of the Black and How Do We Get So, just structure-wise.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not entirely the same.
No.
Whereas if you go like into the album, you've got 10 Ton Skeleton, Figure It Out, Little Monster, but then you go into the other one, you got She's Creeping, which is closer to the third album, if anything, which I predicted a long time ago. I said Royal Blood should make their third album like She's Creeping.
Really?
And I did the same with Slaves. They released Lies on their second album. I said their third album should be like this song.
Right.
And it was. And it paid off.
Yeah.
So, at me. No. But, essentially, with, like, that Royal Blood album, I think it was really good and really disco.
I just loved it. I thought it was so cool. I can't order any of these albums, to be honest. I've not really put enough thought.
A 5.
My 5 favourite albums of the year.
Right, we'll alternate then. In which case, I'll go with my number 4.
Okay.
I doubt you've ever heard of him, but there's this dude called Car Wash, and he released an EP. It's just stunning. I think it's brilliant. It's like it really inspired me. And sorry, I'm just logging into Spotify. But it really, really inspired me to the point of it's just how it's almost like it's like a soundtrack to a like a teenage dream. Or whatever.
You might have told me about this actually.
Okay, yeah, and it's just, I don't know, every part of it is just, I don't know, it's to me really shoegaze inspired, but the side of the shoegaze, like just almost like alternatively modern in a way, to the point where it's just really beautiful, and the aspect that he's kind of, it's almost like a relationship, and you can just see yourself sort of lying in bed,
yeah,
just like either with someone or something or another male or anything, like it's just everything that you can see and hear with it, to me, is just stunning about the album.
Okay, I'll check that out.
And because of that, I just love it. I think it's one of the best sort of EPs that's come out this year. It's everything to it. Yeah. So that's my number 4 pick.
Nice. My next one's got to be It's All Smiles by No Rome.
Ooh.
That album.
I've not
so
heard
it's
it
his
yet.
debut album. Oh, it's just like, so George Daniel produced it with him.
Ooh.
From the 1975.
Oh wow.
The drummer, so
yeah,
the producer basically.
Yeah, the 1975 producer.
So it's just got that, like, you know, the dirtiness in A Brief Inquiry. It's got that.
Really.
It's got that, but in like a No Rome fashion. So it's just like, it's so good. It's just so good, and there's some really like creative stuff in there that Yeah, it's just
And
really, it's just really good.
I've never, in a way, I've never like listened to much No Rome.
Yeah, neither did I until this album.
A lot of people tell me that it is just like worth every single penny.
Yeah, it's really, it's like the electronic side of 1975, basically. Like, it reminds me a lot of that album Notes. It reminds me of Notes a lot. But it did certain parts of Notes better. So like the electronic-y stuff, it did way better than Notes. But maybe that's just because it's No Rome. Like, No Rome can get away with that sort of thing, whereas the 1975, it's like, why are you making a rave tune? You know, it's like... But, because I never listened to... Because he did that track with 1975 in 2018.
Yeah.
That was really good. And then he did a song with Beebadoo last year, which was cool. Beebadoo Scooby and I liked that. That was a good one. And then I didn't really listen to much until this new album, and it's really, really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it worth the listen?
Yeah, 100%. It's just the production on it is so good. It's like
just everything. I've completely solid.
I've not heard something like that since Brief Inquiry.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So it's that good.
It's not as good as Brief Inquiry, but it's like, it's not. You know, I've not heard something as good, or in that particular style. Yeah. What's your next one? What's your number 3 spot?
I'm
looking through.
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but Spotify won't load.
Oh.
So I'm just sort of trying to go back in, but I've got it on mine, but I've got it. Here we go. Sometimes I might be Introvert by Little Sims. It's incredible.
Heard of it.
So damn good. It's the best she's ever done. Like, the styles on it are good. Her flows are...
Oh, Little Sims.
Little
right.
Sims, yeah.
I
bro.
see.
Honestly, this is by far the best thing she's ever done, I think.
Wow. I'll have to check that out.
But it's so good. It's such... I listened to the whole thing and I was just like... The whole thing's a vibe, and like... just the songs on it, all of that is just so well done. But I'll move on. I'll move on to my.
Oh my god.
I'll move on to my number. I'll move on to my number 2.
Okay.
Because it took me so long to remember the name of that. But it's actually "Call Me If You Get Lost" by Tyler, the Creator.
Oh. I didn't know he had stuff out this year.
Well, he does an album every 2 years. He's like not missed a beat.
Oh my god, was it 2 years since Earthquake?
Yeah.
Oh.
It genuinely has. Time has gone by very quickly, my dude.
See, this is weird, right? I've not listened to Tyler, the Creator, but like, I still like would like respect when Earthquake came out, like, and I was aware of it, and like
Earthquake, and that album is just so experimental and so different, Igor, that it was just like people didn't know where he was going to go after that, because it didn't seem like he could really go anywhere. So then rolls around this random billboard. The story of this is so cool. Rolls around this random billboard, and it just says, "Call me if you get lost," and it's just a number on it, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" You called it, and it's a conversation between Tyler and his mother.
Whoa.
Yeah, And it was just, everyone was like, holy shit, Tyler's releasing music. So then he started, like, then the messages kept changing, and then videos came up of the messages.
Right.
So then it was just kind of like, what the hell is going on? And it got to it. The first single came out, and it was really hard, like really lumberjack. Everyone was going, well, what? And he obviously has hard songs on most of his albums, anyways, Who Dat Boy and all of that. But I mean, like, you were talking like Goblin, almost.
Right.
And it just the whole album is the most incredible story, I think, as well. It's one thing I love about it, but like the whole thing is just this sort of small parts of the whole story, and then there's this like 9-minute freestyle right at the end.
Oh my god.
Where he's just tells it as it is, tells the whole story.
Why?
What happened, basically, and how it goes.
Nice.
And it's just like, it is so
I'll have to listen to it. I really need to get into Tyler Creator.
There's no words to describe it.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
it
like
is
the I Don't Know How They Found Me album, which was 2020, but I'm gonna count it because it came out like this time last year. So the album's like lifespan has been 2021. So, but did you ever listen to it?
Which one?
Razzmatazz by I Don't Know How But They Found Me.
No.
Have you listened to much I Don't Know How But They Found Me?
No, I haven't.
Oh
no.
Man, it's crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So it's the guy from Panic at the Disco. Like, the guy is not Brendan Urie. It's he was like the bassist, but he quit because Brendan Urie is a dick.
Yeah.
So he quit and did his own music basically. He's just completely killing it, and it's just the coolest. Like, it's so good. I'll have to show you it. It's really it's very like 80s, like synthy stuff.
Yeah.
But he's got a fantastic voice. And it's just like, so this it's just really well produced album, but well produced in a different way to the No Rome album. Everything just sounds great on it, and the songs are really solid. It's a bit weird in parts, but it's like, it's enjoyable. There's a good song on there called No One Likes the Opening Band.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, which they play at festivals as well, and they're like, this has got nothing to do with the people before us. Which is always good. But yeah, no, I saw them at Reading, just gone.
Oh wow,
yeah,
did they play?
Really, really good. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but they found me.
I don't know how, but they found me. Back to the Future.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get the reference now.
Yeah.
No, for me, I think like that. I have heard the name. Like, there's so many of those ridiculously long names.
Yeah.
I
think it's really interesting, that sort of, because you don't forget it though. If the long names, you don't forget it because you're like,
I feel like it's easier to forget.
It's easier to forget, but it's so long that, because even then you're just like, I don't know, those guys that like, I don't know how, but they like, because I had like a Mandela effect thing with I Don't Know How But They Found Me, because I thought it was I don't know how they found me, but they did. Which is like which is that's so really lame weird. Compared to I don't know how, but they found me. I don't know how they found me, but they did.
just
like, what the fuck?
2 words that change completely.
Like,
oh, that's funny, man.
And I was convinced when I read it, and I was like, I don't know how, but they found me. And then I messaged everyone, because they played Reading 19 as well. So I messaged everyone who was there. I was like, guys, was it this? And they were like, yeah, I thought it was that. And it's because we couldn't remember their name, actually. So we all just referred to it as that. So, like, That's kind of what I meant when I said you can remember it easy. You remember them because of their long name.
Yeah.
But you don't really remember them, which wasn't my original point, but I guess that is what I'm re-angling it as now. Yeah. We have 10 minutes left, everybody.
Oh, no.
10 minutes, 10 minutes.
All right, well, on the final note then, I'll go on my number one.
Yeah.
So, it's a little bit of a long story, but have you ever heard of Slaves?
Yes.
You have. You know Larry Pink the Human? So, Slaves are apparently done.
Oh.
Apparently they're finished.
Oh, wow.
What I've heard, I don't know if the rumours are that they're done. But, so Laurie, who is the guitarist from Slaves, so last, 2 years ago, he had the most tragic thing ever happen to him. Most upsetting thing is, I think they were married. Don't know if they were. They might have been dating, but she passed away from cancer.
Oh, shit.
And they had 2 kids. Yeah. But, so,
Wow.
anyways, he's released this album, or this mixtape this year as Larry Pink the Human.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the most stunning thing I've ever heard in my life. Genuinely, I think it's up there as one of my favourite things I've ever heard.
Right.
Because it is the most heartbreaking mixtape I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The first song, Bicious, or Bisus, I don't know how you pronounce it. So if they do ever watch this, I apologise. I doubt they will. But it is just they've got everybody needs someone is one of the lyrics. Everybody needs someone. Everybody needs someone.
Jesus.
Everybody needs someone. No forgetting, just learning how to live. All the lyrics on it are just it's just mouth opening.
It's like that the Mike Shinoda EP when that first came out, because he released the first 3 songs as an EP of the album, but everyone when they heard that second song, it was just whoa.
What? Yeah,
really
that
caught me off guard.
That's very much what this one was.
Yeah, that's good though. I love that.
But he just created, I don't know, and the sound of it as well, the production and the sound on it. It's again something I've not really heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's this almost bedroom pop, but just done in a British way. And then how they've made some of the stuff purposely sound bad to the point where it fits in really good. And then you got No Wrong, No Right, which is possibly my highlight on the EP. And then even the last song again is just a bit. See, I've got here. I think I've got. Let's get a review, because I want to see what other people are saying about it. To Enemy didn't end up doing one. They just announced it and hyped it and didn't end up reviewing it. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Honestly,
yeah.
If I can ever suggest anything, or just man, it is insane.
Okay. I'll have to check it out then.
Yeah, well, it's how heartbreaking it is.
Yeah, I love that sort of thing there.
It feels like home. Do, don't, will not. It's the whole thing. That's not all the songs, actually. It's missing a couple of songs on there.
I have one more album before we go.
Yeah, go for it.
It's so Hayley Williams put out an album last year.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. Yeah. And then she put out one this year. There was a more acoustic one that she did during America's big lockdown, where they had hundreds of thousands of deaths.
Yeah.
And she basically recorded it all herself on her own in her home.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Even drums and shit, she did it all by herself. So
it's all done by herself?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool.
That's really cool.
It's just a good album, and it's it's not particularly country, but there's like definitely the whole Nashville things like in there. It's just really interesting. It's a really good album. It's soothing, very soothing. But yeah, she talks a little bit about the fame from a young age thing in it.
Yeah. Well,
but in just
how
like
old was she?
I think she was like 16 or 17 at the first album.
Jeez.
She was like 12 when they got together, or some shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it's crazy.
Very young.
Really nuts.
So that one you'd say is definitely in the top 5.
Yeah, it was just cool having it come from Hayley. I really liked it. It's just like
because just her.
Because I was kind of disappointed with the last album because I was thinking like, oh, it's because she produced it with Taylor York from Paramore, so I was like, it's gonna be another Paramore one, but I think it tried so hard to not be Paramore
that it
wasn't, and she worked with like her bassist friend loads, and so loads of like the hooks and stuff were written based off of his bass lines that were like chordy bass lines. So
it's a bit
for the one song it was cool, but then it gets like
tedious.
Yeah, because it's just very dark. It sounds dark. There was like in this other album it's like sad but also hopeful sound to it. She just seemed
really nice.
Yeah, she just seemed to have sort of perfected working on her own in the second album, and she also just dropped it out of nowhere as well. She was like, yeah, I did this. I
love
it. Yeah, it was cool.
Eminem does that a bit at the minute.
He does. Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's all we've got time for.
That's it for 2021, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah, thank you very much for watching the podcast, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed me and Jamie chatting shit.
Yeah.
For the past couple of months.
We certainly have.
2022 is only looking up for us over here at A View From Down Here HQ. But thank you very much to everyone who has watched, all 20 of you. But don't worry, next year will be big and better. Make sure to keep an eye out for that channel. I'll be putting it on my socials now. But for now,
thank you to all our guests for coming on as well.
Thank you to all the guests that have come on. It's only 2 so far.
Charlie, Brian, Dan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much.
Too crazy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, to all the guests we've had on, and we shall see you guys next year.
Yeah. Bye.
For now.
Yeah.
That's the view down here.
Love you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much.
See
you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.